Hey guys, Brandon here,
And Joseph.
and we are SwitchCube Advance Gaming. Now, this is a very special video, one that I've been looking forward to, and that is our top 10 for E3. Now, this is going to be 5 wants and 5 predictions, predictions being first. And let's just jump right in. Joseph, do you want to start off with your first E3 prediction?
Sure. So starting at number 5, my first prediction for E3 is I think it's been a little while since we've heard anything about it. I think we're going to get some more info on Mario Kart World Tour. So we heard a little bit about it a little while back, just the fact that it was going to be their next mobile app that they were working on and that it would be a Mario Kart. But we haven't really heard much about it since. And so I think that is definitely something we're going to hear a bit more about at E3.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to put that in their main presentation, but I could definitely see that as maybe either like a tweet or just a YouTube video drop or a treehouse even. I don't know. I definitely think there is going to be some mention of it there just cuz they have said it releases next year in March, I think, by next year Marchish area. So I definitely think we should hear some at this if they want that to be a bigger thing. So moving on, my number 5 prediction is a Fire Emblem trailer and release date for 2018. Now, they did state back in the Switch's reveal that there was a Fire Emblem game coming for 2018 besides Fire Emblem Warriors 2017. And I mean, we haven't heard anything about it since, just that it was happening. And I really think this would be the good time to reveal it because like Fire Emblem has a good core audience, but I'm sure with the Switch being such a successful console, it would really help for them to release it, this year to this new audience, help sell those 20 million consoles. What do you think of that, Joseph?
I don't know too much about Fire Emblem. The only Fire Emblem game I've ever played is Fire Emblem Heroes on my phone.
All right,
So
and hey, they might even tie it to that. I mean, who knows with them
I
tying Pokemon
I hope
Go?
not. I
Yeah,
hope not. I
yeah,
don't like mobile integrations into games. I think Let's Go is doing it well, but for the most part, I
yeah.
dislike it. So coming in at my number 4, I think we're gonna hear something about Animal Crossing Switch. I mean, back a while ago, we keep getting these rumors that these trademarks were made, it's being worked on, but we haven't actually even had it confirmed yet. So I think it's about time that we at least get it confirmed that it's coming.
Yeah, I definitely think this one's gonna happen. You kind of stole this one from me for the list, but Animal Crossing has been a beloved series of mine since I was little. It is one of their most successful franchises, from the GameCube game to Wii to DS to New Leaf on 3DS, which was a fantastic game. I really, it's time. It's time for an Animal Crossing on Switch. That'd be a great way, especially with Animal Crossing the mobile game that came out recently. That one has been doing pretty well from what I've seen. So I definitely think that is a setup to a new game on Switch. My number 4, I had a N64 Classic. Now, there was a huge rumor kind of flown around because there was trademarks for it, and then a more recent trademark for the logoing and design of it. And everyone's kind of just thinking it's going to happen. And I think this would be a really cool place to show it off. Maybe toss us 10 games from the N64 era. I really think that'd be a cool package. I don't think it would be cheaper than the other two. I really think it would have probably less games than both of them and cost more just because those are meatier games. But I definitely think that we are going to get that. What do you think?
Well, I think we definitely are getting it. I don't think that comes at E3. That's a holiday thing, and I think they're already going to be dealing with enough holiday stuff at E3. I don't think they'll mention it even if it's coming.
All right. Moving on, your number 3.
So for my number 3, I have, based off the information we just got about Let's Go Pikachu, they said that they were definitely holding some stuff out from us, that they want to hold on to stuff before it comes out. But I do think they're at least going to show a bit more off at E3, maybe some more on how that local co op works, what else there is with that, because they definitely said there's more to that local co op than they showed off in that trailer. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what that is.
Yeah, I mean, with that press conference, that was kind of secretive while it was happening, and they released it to the public afterwards. I was keeping up on that press conference like live as it was happening because several sources that were at the press conference were kind of giving us little tidbits here and there. And throughout, Pokemon was tweeting and revealing and releasing trailers on Twitter. Um, but I mean, overall, we really don't know much past that. It has Go integration and it's a Yellow remake. And what I do like though is that they did completely like settle all rumors that it is not gonna be in the main core line. Like all the Go integration's gonna be separate. They actually said they're gonna kind of brand certain games as Let's Go games and kind of make a separate series. But I definitely think we're getting something about this, and I like it's got to be there in some form or factor, right? So moving on, my number three, Luigi's Mansion 3. Um, the first game on GameCube was a risky move from Nintendo, taking the lesser of the two Mario Bros and making a full solo game for him. And then we had a sequel on 3DS. Both games loved. The second one not quite as much, but they stepped away from the traditional format, and but it was still a fun, really really fun game. I enjoyed it a lot, and the online aspect was actually an interesting take, one that was extremely fun. Um, and with the recent, it's not out yet, I don't think, but the remake of the first game for 3DS coming out soon at least. I really think they're kind of setting it up, get people used to that game series again, because I really think they're prepping for a Switch third game, and that would definitely be something I'd love to see.
So while I have not played any of the games in this series, I have watched complete playthroughs on both of them. And so if this comes to Switch, this is definitely a game I'd probably be picking up. And while I'm not sure if it's likely as a prediction, I would definitely not complain if that's something that came up.
All right,
Um,
number two for you,
so
Joseph.
so coming in at my number two, I think it's about time that we got some info on Metroid 4 other than a logo.
Yeah, yeah. They revealed it to us last year, just saying it was in development and a logo. I mean, we didn't even get that much for Pokemon, and we already got Pokemon Quest, and we're getting two games this year and two games next year. Like, and we still haven't. We had more for Smash last year, or not Smash, Metroid. Sorry, last year we had the logo, and Pokemon it was just the guy sitting with his notepad saying, "Hey, it's coming." Like, there needs to be some Metroid info here, and I really think a lot of people are kind of giving up on that. They just think it's going to be a 2019 release and like full showing, but I think they're going to give us even just like a little cinematic teaser trailer just to kind of keep the fans happy a little bit. And my number two, Mario Party. The recent releases of Mario Party have been subpar at best. I mean, starting with I think it was 9 that added the feature of the cart, and then 10 and what 11 I think they even made. Did not bode so well with the fan base. A lot of people miss the classic competitive. Everyone's on their own. And I understand the reasoning why they added the cart, but they kind of went back to it where they kept everyone engaged at all times, but yet made it really competitive and solo with Star Rush on 3DS, the most recent installation besides the top 100. And it was actually pretty good. It was unique and interesting, and I'm like, if they kept building on that and went in the right way, I think Mario Party could become, just as good as a series as it was back in the glory days of 7 and 8. Um, so I definitely think that it's about time that they're going to try to release that for Switch, especially since they did just release one for 3DS in the past year.
So I have played a majority of the Mario parties. I have one for GameCube. I have one for my Wii. I have one, the original for my DS, and then I have the new one, Star Rush, for my 3DS. And I definitely think Star Rush was heading back in the right direction.
Absolutely.
When you say you understand why they add the cart, I don't. I think that was a stupid addition. I like being able to screw people over on the field, and it really limits your options of doing that when you're all on the same space at the same time. And while I do really love the series and would love a Mario Party, and I know everyone else in my family would as well, I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, and I do think the car edition was stupid, but their reasoning behind it was well intentioned, just not well executed. Um, moving on to your number one.
My number one is Smash surprises. So we already know that Smash is coming, and we know we're going to see a tournament at E3. But I think there's going to be a bit more that they're going to show off than just some gameplay and stuff. Maybe they're going to show off some new stages, some new characters, because while people might say, oh, they're showing off the whole game, they're doing a tournament, they can easily hide stuff from us if they want to. But I think they're going to save some stuff for the full game, but I definitely think they're going to show off some cool new stuff at E3.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows Smash is going to be there. It's kind of their tentpole game this year. But I don't know if they're going to hide anything from us because I mean, it's releasing this year, and my running theory still is that it's going to release in September along the online to kind of give the fan base a motivation to get the online, aside from the classic games and whatnot. So I really think they're going to kind of tell all about it and be like, hey, September 15th or whatever release date. And I am on the side it's a new game. Some of my family members or my brother especially thinks it's a port, but I am still on the side of a new game here. What side are you on that?
New game.
New game? Yeah, what I assume they're going to be doing though is all previous characters with some new surprises, some new third party surprises. Maybe Crash or Spyro, Sora, who knows? We've got a bunch of different options for this. And my number one, Fortnite E3 drop. Not just announcement. I mean, at this point, an announcement's kind of inevitable, right? I mean, the Korean ratings board just did it, and with the leaks being confirmed by websites, not only do I think they're going to reveal it, I think it's going to be dropped at E3. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's definitely reasonable. I think Fortnite at this point, I've seen so much about it, so much fan wanting it, and I mean the company even said themselves that they want to do it. So I think it will definitely be announced. I would, if it comes, I'll play it. If not, I don't really care that much. But it would definitely be cool if they did one of those things where they said, "And it's out now."
Yeah,
So
but I mean, it is a free to play, and Nintendo's been liking to do that with free to plays recently. Cough, cough, Pokemon Quest. Um, so yeah, I think it's dropped. You don't. All right, moving on to the wants. Your number five, Joseph.
my number five is more third-party apps. Like we have Hulu already, but more importantly, I want Discord and YouTube. If I could watch YouTube on my Switch, I'd be on that thing about 3 times as much as I currently am because those are my two main things right now: playing Switch and watching YouTube. So, and then if I could have Discord on it, I don't know how that would work, if it would run in the background or even if I couldn't chat in it while playing a game, even if I could just have it to check messages or have icons pop up of people messaging me, some sort of integration at all would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, my number five for once is now. Part of me wanted to put this on the predictions, but I really don't think it's all that likely. To be honest, as sad as it is, and that is a Mario Maker sequel or a port. I will take either, even if it was a port with no extra features. I'll pay $60 for that because I had it for 3DS. I played my brother's copy a lot on Wii U, but I mean, one, the 3DS version was just not as good, and I really want that full experience, and I know the fan base has been clamoring for it a lot, so that is something I definitely would want to see, but I don't necessarily think it's gonna.
So I didn't own a Wii U. That is the one generation of Nintendo I switched passed over. I had a GameCube, I had a Wii, and I have a Switch. I have Game Boy, DS, DSi, 3DS, so on and so forth. But the Wii U is just one I sort of just passed over, like a lot of people did, and so I would definitely be all for a Mario Maker for Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I know the fan base is really clamoring for it, but yeah, hopefully it comes. So next is your number 4.
So in my number four, I have Mario Party for the Switch. So Brandon thinks it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I would love for it to happen, and we've already talked all about Mario Party. So we'll just swing it over to your number four.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we already went through all of it, so I guess we'll just see what happens next. My number 4, and that is one that I did play on Wii U. I did get a Wii U later in its life cycle, but one that I really would love to see have another life on Switch, and that is a Twilight Princess HD port for Switch. What do you think?
I mean, sure. I mean, I think people are getting a little bit tired of ports and XD editions, and I think people want more new games. But I don't think a couple ports would be such a bad thing. So why not?
Yeah. Next, you're up.
So coming in for my number three, it's a game I played on Steam, and I do not have a great computer, so I run this thing at about 16 FPS, and so hopefully it will run better on Switch. But I just want it already. I want Ark's release date. I play it all the time, even though I can't run it great. It's still a fantastic game. And even if I only got 20, 30 FPS on Switch with lower graphics, I mean, I would love that just to be able to take that on the go. I will be buying it along with all the DLC, and I am super looking forward to that game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That announcement was a kind of just a random drop and a really big surprise for a lot of people. And even more surprised, the developers really didn't say it was hard to run it on there. They just kind of said it was about optimizing it well. So I don't think we're gonna have to deal with like a 20 frame per second. I think it'll probably be it. I'd expect it to be 30, but I really do think that it's gonna run quite nicely on Switch, and I am extremely excited for that, along with all the DLC. Next up, my number 3, a new Super Mario Bros. The side-scrolling Mario Bros. Games. If you did not know that, the last game we got was what, the one on Wii U. And I owned a Wii U very late in the life cycle, as I said. And I didn't really get to play these ones as much, and I kind of wish we just get another one. Like they usually release one on a console, within the first couple years, and they always sell extremely well. I think the Wii U almost opened with it. I think. Um, but it's a game that needs to come to Switch.
I think we're done with 2D Mario. Other than Mario Maker, I think they're done with it. Even the new Super Mario's, I think it's gonna switch over to like the Mario World. I forget the exact Super Mario 3D World or Mario 3D World or whatever it was called,
So
where it's
like,
the same style, but it's 3D in nature instead. So not open world like Odyssey. So still following sort of that 2D format, but in a 3D fashion instead.
it's interesting. You think they're gonna just completely ditch the 2D games besides Maker?
Yep. Yep.
Interesting thought, and kind of how you phrase it does kind of make sense. And I mean, 3D World was absolutely loved by the fans. Like everyone just ate that up so much. Next, your number 2.
For my number two, I know that we just got Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and I'm looking forward to hearing more information about that. But my biggest want as a fan of the main series, I just at least would like to know the name of the next game in the series for Pokemon 2019. I just want to know the name, nothing else. We can stay with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I just want to know the name.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they're gonna say the name, it's gonna be a teaser or something, or maybe even just a Metroid reveal kind of a thing, where it just shows a logo. But that definitely would be really good. My number 2, um, is a Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 2 pack of some sort, or maybe single releases. But with the uncomparable success of Breath of the Wild, winning just a dumb amount of awards and winning Game of the Year, and just everyone's loving this game. I think for the new fans of Legend of Zelda from that game, really, they've gotten to experience Hyrule Warriors, which is a spin-off game, but they still haven't really experienced, Ocarina of Time, which I think still to this day is the highest rated game of all time. Um, Up there with other greats like I think GTA 4 or 5. Um, and I just think, that and Majora's Mask, both beloved games by the fan base, like absolutely beloved, would just be smart to bring to Switch in some form, especially since they both did get 3D remakes on 3DS.
I mean, you say that, and I was with you up until a certain point, and then as soon as you mentioned GTA, now I just threw aside whatever you just said, and now I want that instead. So,
Yeah, actually, that is a prediction I've been kind of having. I totally forgot that when I was thinking of this. Just a little 21. We can scratch that on the thumbnail. GTA. I definitely think that's happening. I don't know if it's this E3, but at some point.
I don't think, but I wish and I pray and I hope GTA is such a great game. I own it on my PC and I own it on Xbox, and I've been playing it for years. It's a great game that lasts you a long time. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get GTA 6 when that eventually comes in the coming years. I don't know if it will be able to run on Switch, but a GTA game is just so great. And
Yeah.
it definitely gets to that higher aged audience that Nintendo is sort of aiming for now.
Yeah. So now to your number one want.
So my number one want, we know that the Minecraft Bear Together update for Switch is finally coming, and its launch date is June 20th. Now, that's fine, and that's not too long away. But also, I don't think it's that unreasonable for them to be able to get that launch date a week early without telling anyone and launch it during E3. That they show off some stuff. Maybe we even get the super ultra HD texture pack or whatever it's called that adds in the shaders and the nice textures and everything. And we get that with the Better Together, and they launch that during E3.
Yeah, kind of like what I was saying for the Fortnite E3 drop. I definitely think that would be kind of a cool thing. Like, hey, here it is. It looks so fun and cool, and it's going to be amazing. Oh, and guess what? It's available after this presentation. Those kind of drops are always really cool, and they always kind of get the heart racing because like, oh my gosh, this thing that I'm excited for, it's there. And that's always a good idea for companies, especially if it's not a $60 game. You'd never do that for a big title, but if it's just an update, they did it for Breath of the Wild. Like, it'd be cool if Microsoft kind of followed in on that. So finally, last but certainly not least, my number one want, and that is Fallout 76 coming to Switch. This game was just revealed. We know absolutely nothing as far as I can see for it. They did a couple behind the scenes things, but I think we also know that it places before all the other games, but we really don't know really anything about it. And I don't even think they've really said the consoles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they've stated the consoles. So I would definitely love if we got a main Fallout game for Switch, or even if not Fallout 76, maybe a port of a previous like New Vegas or 4.
Um, yeah, I mean, the Fallout series is a great franchise, and I think it's been doing really well in the recent years. And so I think getting that into Switch would be great, both for the company making the game and for the fans of the series. Um, but with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this video. So make sure to let us know in the comment section your guys' predictions and wants for E3 in the next coming week or two. And like it if you like it, dislike if you didn't, and subscribe no matter what. See you guys in the next one. Bye.